Hi everyone, Bill Boy. Let's share utility support. Utility support is not magic, but it's very hard to support. So you think it is magic? Let me see whether this is possible or not possible. You open the road during the trail trench, then you encounter this kind of utilities that you need to do second border bar as retaining wall. So how? Kind of these utilities all along the road, how can you excavate? Or another one, see these utilities. There are many kinds of utilities exposed. Then you need to do excavate. How? Support or divert. Sometimes when you open the road, there's utilities, first layer, second layer, or even a third layer, even sometimes has fourth layer. Then you need to build more here for retaining wall. So how? Firstly, you do the trail trench. If this is one of sample of trail trench, when you expose the kinds of utilities, then we need the bore here and here, basically as continuous wall. So how you can bore? How you can remove these utilities? And whenever you expose utilities, you have to identify what are they. Then after, you can call up agencies to remove abandoned one and verify which is live, which is not live. With the utilities cannot divert, then how to do? So we need to support. It can be many utilities, then also have to think of how to maintain during the excavation time. There's a retaining wall and whatever utilities where you cannot divert during the excavation time. This is a 2.4 meter diameter of the water pipe. Telecom, drain, water, have to support, then can excavate down. Whatever shape of utilities you expose have to support normally every 2 meters. This is just schematic diagram shows you need a retaining wall and utilities every 2 meters you support below, and this first layer start. So you need another beam to support every 2 meters for utilities. If there's utilities, this one of sample shows drawings of kind of utility how to support every 2 meters, and section shows angle to low down to support cable, gas pipe, water pipe, sewer, whatever. And the section shows every 2 meters support. The next is how to support utilities. Later on I touch on, today is very general thing. The next time I'll show you the water pipe, sewer pipe, drain pipe, telecom, power, gas kinds of materials. And in order to support, whether we need to change another pipe and how to support, what is key points to support. The first place you need to excavate every 2 meters. So every 2 meters have to use manpower to expose. Before you start main strut, it's better to make the hole. After excavation by manual, have to support by angle. Then during strutting time, before going down to next, but some utilities are even deeper than this level. Then how? You have to support during second layer excavation. Since normally utilities, the level of here is around 1 meter to 1.5 meter around maximum 2 meters. But some of them like a sewer, some water pipe is even deeper. Then have to support during the next layer excavation. So when we support, there are key points, how to treat the points. And those utilities are deeper than at the first layer start. You can only do expose during the second layer excavation time. So when you do second layer excavation time, you have to hold, use manpower to support, excavate manually the hole, then extend down to support by angle. So it takes time to support. Then when you excavate down by excavator, you have to hold. You cannot just use the excavator to very near, otherwise you have high chance to damage utilities. Then after excavation of second layer strut, support. Then after that we can insert the second layer strut below the utilities right here. In the middle of the between first layer strut and second layer strut there are utilities. It can be hunching concrete pipes and telecom hunching concrete, water pipe, sewer manhole, and this is a manhole like telecom manhole or power manhole every 2 meters to support utilities. This is a sewer pipe, this is water pipe, and that is hunching concrete of telecom pipes. And after supporting of power cable, telecom cable, then sewer is differ. So we have many utility angles support hunching concrete, and sewer pipe and sewer manhole. Sewer manhole is concrete, but it's too heavy to support. So we break converting to steel pipe to make light. If there is manhole of telecom or power, we need to build kind of supporting beam system, because this is a heavy drive H-beam. So that during excavation time, use this H-beam to support. Then also have to plan to put another H-beam in retaining wall to make kind of supporting system. So that later on can use H-beam, the bracket, to support by H-beam this big body of manhole. So this is manhole. There's another beam to support, and this is manhole that we have another H-beam to support the piece of big manhole. And I'll explain utility gap. If there is a utility, for example, this is a big water pipe that you cannot dive, then you cannot drive second water pipe, have to hold the jump to the next pipe. In order to prevent soil collapse, normally we do the soil grouting work behind to improve the soil. Then after we go down below the utility, you have to convert to any kind of concrete wall or shotcrete wall to hold the soil behind. So step by step, 500 to 1 meter or 1.8 meter, depends on how. When you go down, you install the H-beam. In the middle, there's concrete cast, and whatever gap, you can cast concrete as part of retaining wall. So excavate and install the rebar, install the former, and pour the concrete to make the wall in between H-beam, H-beam, H-beam. Above, there's utility. Or sometimes, if the soil is not buried and there's a chance of collapse or next to the carriageway, then in short time, we have to build retaining wall. So we use shotcrete. Excavate or 500 or 1 meter in short. Then do the first shotcrete and do install the rebar. Then this rebar is connected to both sides. Second water pipe, then do the shock. Then this body will become one of part of retaining wall because of above utilities. Then once we finish excavation down, during the backfilling time, then how? You need to support during backfilling time as well. So how? There is angles, then you have to bury in the soil. How you can bury? Now this is a brick wall to sit on very hard like a concrete slab, then you support every 2 meters. Then after we remove angles. And once you support every 2 meters, the field, the RSS, the support from below, then you can cut off above. After cutting off those support, then we backfill normally RSS to prevent any below gap surrounding the utilities. Then sometimes if necessary to cast hunching concrete, then during backfilling time also can cast hunching concrete, then put the warning slab, and normally use a sand to backfill surrounding utilities to remove gaps at the void. And also next time when you excavate down, when you expose the sand, you can imagine that there is some utility below. This is a sequence that you show. If there is no RC slab too far from RC slab to ground and utilities, then you have to make the kind of hard slab so that you won't settle down future. So after that, build brick wall, then after can cut off. So in between, you use RSS to backfill, then utilities area like above 300 backfill by sand. In summary, when you have utilities, you excavate every 2 meters to make the plan to support every 2 meters, then make the hole. When you excavate down, those utilities you cannot support all from first layer strut, then have to support during second layer strut. Once you finish first layer strut, second layer strut, third layer strut, then you can see kind of utilities in the middle of between first layer second and second and third. This is a sewer pipe, this is water pipe, and this is telecom pipe. This is another water pipe. We follow the sewer pipe, water pipe, then this is a sewer manhole. That's all for today's, just showing briefly when you expose a lot of utilities during the drive trench, then there is a gap to make to go down to support every 2 meters. Then finally, so after seeing this, utility support is possible. The only thing that to know is how to protect, how to expose, how to support during excavation time and backfilling time. I will explain one by one next time. Thank you.